Hello, it's Ron back here, and today's kind of a follow-up video on one I made a few weeks ago. What I want to talk about today is the Apple iPad Pro. This specifically is the 11-inch model, but we will reference the larger 12.9 model also. So a couple weeks ago, I made a video where I talked about a sale Apple was having for Father's Day, where they were taking $50 off the price of the 11-inch, which brought it down from $799 down to $749, and you also got your choice of some free gifts. I was able to get a pair of Apple EarPods, which is more than $100 value free, along with saving that $50. So there was a couple other deals too. We had to pay, like you could have paid some money and gotten the iPad Pros free. Free with paying. I think they're like $200. If you paid $100, you got them free. But that's besides the point. And I believe the bigger 12.9 was like $100 off, so it brought it down from $10.99 to $9.99. So I kind of purchased that, and I got a couple accessories to go with it. So I kind of want to show you my kind of ultimate setup here, Ron's ultimate iPad Pro setup here. So let's get into kind of the not really unboxing, but a show and tell type video of how I kitted my iPad Pro out. So with no further ado, let's get to that desktop portion of the video. Okay, the first component, of course, is the iPad itself. We showed you the box earlier, but this is the Pro here. You just tap it, it comes on. I've got kind of mine all set up here. You have the USB-C Thunderbolt port on the bottom. You have your speakers down there too. On the side, you have your standard, volume up, volume down buttons. You have your on-off button on the very top there. Let me see if I can get that on camera there. And a couple more speakers along the top here. So again, this is the 11-inch. There's also a 12.9. And of course this is less weight than the other one also. So that's the thing. And I purchased this through that sale, normally $799, and you can get these in memory configurations starting at 128 and going up to all the way to 2 gigabytes. And this is the 128 megabyte model, gigabyte model, which is the one it sells for $799, and to me, it's the value in the line, because if you jump all the way up to the 2 gigabyte model and the 11-inch, you drastically increase the price. And yeah, folks, if you were to spec this out with a 2 gigabyte, you would drive the price all the way up to $1,899. So you would more than double the price of this by going from 128 to 2 gigabytes. So at that point, you kind of lose the value of this thing. You actually, at that point, you could have a real nice what's M1 MacBook laptop or whatever at that price point. It's all up to you and your pocketbook or whatever, but I don't see the value in maxing that memory out there. Now the onboard memory is 8 gigabytes for this, and if you max it out, I think at the 2, maybe even the 1, you bump up to 16 gigabytes of internal RAM memory for it to do all its functions and calculations and so on. So that's something to consider too if you think you need all that memory. But you watch a lot of videos, and not too much available out there right now is would take advantage of that 16. From what I can tell, you can't even find a lot of software to take advantage of the 8 gigabytes in this. So of course there's always feature proofing. So I'm not going to work those numbers for the 12.9 because this video is mostly about the 11-inch, because it's the one I have and the one I know. The price will even be higher on the 12.9 inch model. So okay, back to the rest of the discussion here. All right, so that's the actual iPad itself, and we're all waiting for iOS for iPad version 15 that's out in beta right now. It'll be available for everyone come probably sometime in September, late September. And if at this point now, you can also download the what they call the beta tester version and you can run it yourself. You may see hiccups and issues in there or whatever, but you can download it if you want to. Okay, so that's that. So okay, I think another very important part of the iPad Pro kit is the here it is, the Magic Keyboard. It adds a keyboard that's equivalent to the Apple laptop line, the MacBook line or MacBook Air, MacBook Pro line. A very good keyboard. Also a trackpad on it too. And I'm going to show it to you right here. All right, so this is it. You can get it in white now. This is the call it the black version. What do they call? Something gray, space gray, probably they call it. But there's also a white version now. So this is how it opens up, and it has a magnetic thing, and there's your Apple, iPod connectors here, iPad connectors. So this charges from the iPad. You don't have to charge this on its own. Let me get this kind of out of the way here. Well, let me just snap it on here. So this is how it snaps on here. So you see the hole for the camera. So just line the camera up with this, and away you go. Oops. I'm doing it sideways, so I had trouble. Usually if you're doing it straight on, I have no problem. Okay, so it's on there good. It stays on. Let me put this, get some of these boxes out of the way here. So it stays on. You can pick it up. It doesn't fall off. It's on there locked on good. Now you have that real nice keyboard there, and your trackpad. You don't have any function buttons. That's kind of a complaint here, but and of course it's even bigger keyboard, even more comfortable type if you had the 12.9 inch. But you see how this kind of raises it. You kind of tilt this, so it's got a little bit of tilt angle, and just a couple inches it raises up off the ground. It's better than it stands where the iPad's sitting level at the table. This kind of puts it more in your face. Than if you had the old-fashioned, keyboards where the iPad's actually on the desk itself, touching the desk, and it's farther away from you too. So, it's hard to explain this to you, have it sitting in front of you and type on it, but this is kind of the wonder, the wonder drug that makes this iPad really stand out, in my opinion. So, okay, not to belabor points here. Okay, the next thing that is an important component to this is the Apple Pencil 2. It's they used to call them stylus in the old days, but it's a full-fledged pencil. You could draw in applications like notes and so on. You could just write your note in handwriting recognition. Or just put the printed version in the notes, looking real nice. And it's a lot of things where you can just write in and it'll recognize your handwriting and just put it in and like type text for you real nice. And of course, if you draw or anything, it's great for drawing, pressure sensitive and all that stuff. And it's just a good tool. I mean, I'm not a big drawer, but even if you're doing something, you're working in like Photoshop, and I really mean to say Lightroom, you can use it to shade stuff in and cut stuff out. Even in an app like LumaFusion, it's good. You can make precise cuts in your movie timeline and so on. So it's a device that can be used by almost anybody. And the nice thing is it magnetically sticks on top of the iPad like that, and it charges too. So you don't have to, like the first iPad, you had to charge it all the time. With this one, just stays on. You don't lose it. I mean, if you bump it, you can knock it off, but it won't roll off, on its own. So. Okay, so our next key component is I don't know if I showed you. Here's the it's a USB-C port on here, which is also a Thunderbolt port. And we have this device. This is not made. Everything we showed you before was made by Apple. So this is not made for Apple. This is a 7-in-1 hub for the iPad Pro, and it's made by I don't have a company name here. It's not branded on, is it branded on here? This is kind of an unbranded thing, but it's also on Amazon. Everything here is on Amazon, so I'm going to drop the links for everything. I will drop the link for this also. So let me just go over this real fast here. Well, rather than read from the thing here, I should just show you. Okay, it comes with like a little cap here, so that's kind of nice. Let's just start from the top here. Here's a headphone jack, and it's got the icon there showing you headphone jack. Over here is a USB-C type port for power, and here's a USB-C type port for data. This is a 2 memory card slots, a full-size SD card slot, and here's a micro SD card slot on the top here. Here's your standard USB-A port, and on this end is a I can never say this, HDMI port, out port or import, or maybe both ways. And you see these little plastic things here. They're kind of adjustable, but what you could do is you could just stick it right on the side there. Oops, I got to line up right here. Okay, and then these plastic things sort of kind of line up with the side of your iPad there. So now you have, it does not doggles, not falling off. It's not, laying on desktops. You have all kind of, almost all the ports, most people are going to need, right there, hanging on the side of your iPad, not taking up too much room. Even kind of looks kind of neat over there for you neat freaks out there. So, I've tested out. All the ports work great. It's very affordable. I don't even want to say a price off the top of my head, but it's very affordable, and it even has a light there when it's sleeping and whatnot. A light showing you that it's activated and everything. Okay, so that's another key port, especially if you're trying to, most of these things. If you're trying to turn an iPad into kind of like your laptop, you're trying to get most of the functionality you can out of your laptop out of an iPad. Now, if you're the type of person who wants an iPad just to sit at the sofa and search the web and read your Facebook, messages or whatever, this is totally overkill. At that point, you should probably buy an iPad Air or just a regular iPad. But if you're trying to actually get some work done, this is a setup that we're going towards here. Good. Kind of differentiate things. Okay, and also, I don't know if you can see it here, but a thing like the device like this, it's important to have like these important for some people to have these protectors on it. This is like they call it glass. This is like put a like a glass shield over top. I got this one lined up pretty good. I'm getting better at putting these screen protectors on, but I don't know if you can even notice that they're around the edges where it's just a little bit off, but. So I put the screen protector on, so I've got that protection in. But this also was nice. Let me pull this thing off here. It even came with a like a protector for the camera. Like it was a thing. I don't know if you can tell it there, but I have a protective device over the whole camera too. So if you lay it down like this, without with the case on, it won't scratch the camera laying it down on a table or such surface. So we have this has this full-fledged camera, not just like none of the iPads just have one camera. This has like 3 cameras, a LiDAR. So this thing's very, very good if you want to take pictures or videos with it too. I don't know if the specs are as good as the iPhone 12 Pro, but they're certainly better than any iPad before. Let me put this back one again. Now that we showed you this, and this screen protector bought off Amazon like everything else. I didn't purchase it because I know the name or have any experience or anything. I just went off that thing where it says Amazon's recommended. One they have that little banner that says their recommended product. So I don't know if I recommend it's a scam or anything, but usually when I get one of the recommended products, usually they are affordable and they do work good. So. Again, I'll put the link into this, but I have no comparison, against any other glass screen protector that they have for the iPad out there in Amazon. So, okay, one last device, and I was kind of got order of necessity. This probably should have been pretty high. This probably should have been the number one thing after I got the iPad out. But some people don't believe the screen protector, so maybe I did put it in the right order here. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you is external. This is an external SSD drive. And my screen is starting to go blank here. External SSD drive. This is a Samsung portable SSD T7. It's very fast. It's 1,050 megabytes of read speed and 1,000 megabytes of write speed. and it supports USB 3.2, which this has, as well as Thunderbolt. Let me get this. You can plug this directly, into the side of the. It's easy if you can line it up. So you can plug it right in there, so now you have, now you get all that storage back that you lose by not paying $18.99 for the maxed out 2 megabyte version, where this drive is much more affordable. Now I'll put the link down below. Again, these prices, I'm confused with the prices, they change, but this is very affordable compared to buying the storage internally in here. And this is one terabyte, but you could also get this up. You could get this up to 2 terabyte if you wanted, or as low as 256 terabyte. And will be as fast as if you got the Apple built-in storage. Probably not. Maybe, I don't know, but it definitely saves money. And of course, also you could use this handy device I showed you before with a USB-C data. So you plug the data one in there, and then plug this back in the side here. And now you have, you still can put other stuff in, like I can still put the power cord in there, so I could run the drive and power the iPad at the same time. So that's always nice. So that's about it here. This is Ron's ultimate iPad Pro setup here. So I'm ready to get some serious work done. What I'm looking forward to is LumaFusion 3.0 to drop, so I can do some edit some 4K video, straight, so I can get all the files on this SSD here, and I don't have to offload them to the iPad at all. You can move the files back and forth and edit directly off this through that LumaFusion application. So and you can even you wouldn't have to load the files to this with another device like a computer or anything like that. You can actually use the Files app on here as a gateway to move the put the memory card in here, move the files here, and then right back here again without actually loading them on the the iPad. I will kind of maybe do a run through that in a future video when LumaFusion 3 becomes available, and show everybody how to get their files from their memory card, from their, we'll say drone, camera, GoPro, whatever, and get them over to here without having them reside on the iPad Pro at any time. All right, so I kind of went on pretty long here for an iPad video. I'm sorry I didn't reference the 12.9 model, which I know a lot of you are interested in, but I didn't do a lot of research in that model because I like the smaller size of this. If I'm going to go almost 13 inches, on an iPad, for me, this is my opinion, I'd probably just get a laptop instead, because it's I think the MacBook Air may even be lighter than the iPad Pro 12.9, especially with like the keyboard, Magic Keyboard combo. So anyhow, if you have any questions or comments below, mostly concerning the 11-inch model, because I just told you I don't really know a whole lot about the 12.9 per se. So and I will try to answer them. And if you have anything I missed here, any devices or stuff I should have that I didn't cover already, leave them down below, and we'll be sure to talk about them in the future. So as I always say, everybody enjoy your summer. It's the middle of summer 2021, and so get out there, enjoy summer, and stay safe, everyone.